This book is dedicated to someone who may have made a mistake in life, someone who has done something stupid and paid for it, someone like me. I came from a solid home environment, but I made some bad choices. I paid my debt to society and turned things around. Like the phoenix that rises from the ashes, you can rise above your current and past circumstances. I am living proof. I'm writing this book to be your motivator for the day. I'm telling you that you can get out of that comfort zone. If you are hurting, it's a perfect time. If you are angry or upset with your current situation, then it's a perfect time to make a change. Have you ever heard of being at the right place at the right time? This is it. Start dreaming again. Start seeing yourself in that new car, that new home, or that new business. Maybe you just want to start back traveling again. Do it. Let me be the person who just nudges you right on into your destiny. I feel obligated to help. I want to help. It's my way of giving back.
Hey, how y'all doing tonight? I'd like to welcome everybody to Sunday Night Live with author Eric Johnson. We're going to be getting started here shortly. Let's give a few people time to get tapped in, chimed in, tuned in. How y'all feeling today, man? It's Sunday, day after Christmas, and I'm pumped up. Had an amazing Christmas. The kids was happy. The granddaughter was happy. Wifey was happy. Everybody's happy. You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate you tuning in tonight. It's not going to be long tonight. We're gonna go deep, but we're gonna go fast, if you will. Like I said, let's give everybody a little time to get tapped in. Happy Kwanzaa to everybody out there. Habari Gani. Today is day one, y'all. Today is day one. Unity. Day one of Kwanzaa is unity today. What y'all eat today? Or did y'all do leftovers? Or that's what we did. We had leftovers today. Of course, Mother's Basket was closed, and we definitely needed that rest. I'd like to thank everybody for this year. You know, just really supporting us and helping us stay afloat. We're going to get started here in just a second, y'all. Let's give everybody a little time to get joined in because we're going in deep, but we're going fast tonight. On last week, we talked about the exit strategy. Wow. The exit strategy. Whatever zone you're in right now, whether that's the comfort zone, the fear zone, the learning zone, or the growth zone, we realize that we want to have an exit strategy in place to take you from where you are to where you want to be, a place where your dreams reside, where your goals are. We talked about the exit strategy, and we realized that we need to set a date. If we're going to leave where we are and start walking on water and start trying to achieve our dreams, we need it written down with a definite date, which is going to put some pressure on us. And like I say, last week's show was amazing. Got some good feedback through the week. What y'all reading out there? This week I'm reading, Multifamily Millions. Multifamily Millions. That's what I'm reading. Also been reading. I'm always reading 2 or 3 books at one time. I'm also reading Talent is Never Enough by John Maxwell. Talent is never enough. Of course, I'm reading The Switch Within Switch Within is now available, paperback, the ebook, the audio book. It's on Amazon. Y'all been really supporting the book. Did a lot of giveaways for my book over the past couple of weeks, and I just thank God for the ability to be able to be a blessing to someone, excuse me, who may want the information but may not be able to afford it. So we thank God for that. I was also blessed this week. I'm talking about super blessed with my cousin, Eric Jesse, down there in Georgia, representing Always Keep Hope Foundation. This is the calendar. If you'd like to get a calendar, it's just honoring. This episode is the Men of Distinction. The Men of Distinction. Always Keep Hope. This is the calendar. And would y'all know I was blessed to be in the calendar? Blessed to be in the calendar this year, coming up 2022, the month of September. This is for a good cause, y'all. I need everybody to hit me up, text me if you know me, inbox me, whatever, and I'll give you the information on how to order a calendar. One more time, the Men of Distinction calendar. Always Keep Hope Alive. Eric Jesse, what's up, baby? I appreciate you. This week, we're talking about one of my favorite subjects. We're talking about anger and pain is fuel. Fuel for what? Remember, we talked last week about the exit strategy? Well, the anger and pain that you experience in life, I'm going to show you tonight how to use that or use those particular emotions as fuel to push you right on into your destiny, push you right on into your dream. You know what, y'all? I didn't want to come on tonight, to be totally honest. I'm kind of tired. Been working all day, even on a Sunday. I was, busy. Didn't feel like it, but I'm committed. I'm committed. If it's 1 or 1 million on the live, God said go, and I'm going. Tonight, we're going to talk about anger and pain is fuel. In chapter 6 of my book, that's where I got tonight's episode from. Anger and pain is fuel. And I remember a time when I was 10 years old playing Pop Warner football. I had a coach named Tom Ellis. And I played for the Panthers, and Coach Ellis was a good guy. I was good friends with his son, Julian. And, we played Pee Wee football. I was 10 years old. And so it was my first time playing ball. And Coach Ellis got the bright idea that I needed to be center. He said, Eric, I'm putting you at center. Well, if you don't know a lot about football, the center is the person that hikes the ball to the quarterback. So real important, because if you don't get that ball hiked to the quarterback, you could very well have a fumble. So needless to say, I was messing up. I was messing up big time. 10 years old, first time playing ball, messing up. And Coach Ellis, pulled me over to the sideline. And I mean, he got in my face. He was so close. I could smell his breath. And you know what? I was so upset that I was crying. He got me to crying. Didn't want to be crying, of course, but I'm sorry, y'all. Didn't want to be crying, didn't want to be upset. But do you know the next time I got back out there and I hiked the ball and I fired off the line, I pushed my man almost to the end zone. And, Coach Ellis, he kind of smiled at me. He was like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm just saying that tonight, y'all, to get started as a point that anger is something that will push you like nobody's business. Anger is something that we all feel, we all have, we all manage it differently, if you will. So anger, when I was 10 years old, I got so mad that I started crying. I started crying, and the next thing you know, I did my job, or I did what coach wanted me to do in that moment. So that's what I want to start with tonight. I want to start with anger, because I feel like that's one of my weaknesses. And it's something that I'm constantly working on, and it's something that I'm constantly refining personally, to be able to be a better person. But when we're talking about the switch within, when we're talking about going to the next level, like we've said in prior weeks, walking on water, metaphorically and literally, if you will, we want to be the people that use a negative emotion, um, and turn it into a positive. Use it as fuel to get us where we're trying to go. Oprah Winfrey said, "Turn your wounds into wisdom." I thought that was amazing, because when you're hurting, you go through a wide range of emotions outside of being upset. Being upset. Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it. If you really look at yourself and evaluate yourself, then you can admit to yourself how you manage your anger, how you manage it. Typically, when you get upset, a lot of people, um, they lose their ability for being rational. They lose the ability to have an understanding. Is that you? That's me. That's me. When I was younger, it was bad. I get mad and I just lose it. Not in a violent way, but I mean, just I'm talking about the mind. I'm talking about the mind tonight. If you are the type of person that gets upset, fly off the handle, then wouldn't it be safe to say that you're not properly managing those emotions? Now, let's go to the other end. Some people get upset and they suppress the anger, and they suppress it, and they get upset and they suppress it. What do you mean suppress it? They keep it on the inside. They keep it on the inside. But have you ever heard the term somebody blowing up? Blowing up. Mama Skinner, what's up, baby? E-Dub, got Philadelphia up in here. Dana, what's up, baby? Merry Christmas. Tell the family I said, hey. Are you the type of person that holds your feelings in when you get upset? I'm talking about when you get angry and then you eventually blow up? Or are you like me? I'm like a small blow up all the time. Like a little bit of steam will come off, I can get upset. Somebody cut me off on the freeway. Let's just be real. I might use some words that I shouldn't be using toward that person. I mean, really get upset, totally not managing my emotions. Are you that person? Or are you the person that somebody can cut you off 5 times, and then the 6th time you're really ready to just run into them with your card, I mean, totally lose it? That's what I want to talk about. Are you the person that keeps it on the inside? Or are you a person that lets off a little steam along the way, like me, or like I was? God have, really grown me in that area. When you're trying to get something done, y'all, and you're trying to get to the next level, we don't want to be the type of people that blow up. We don't want to blow up. And you know what, y'all? We don't even want to have those smaller blow ups along the way either. We want to manage those emotions, and we want to turn that anger into a positive emotion, which will ultimately result in fuel that will keep you going towards your goal. Have you ever gotten so mad at somebody that you might have had a goal and you had told them about it, and they probably was hating on you, for lack of better words, and then you said, you know what, I'm gonna go for it, just because. And I'm going to show them just because, you got upset and then you did some things that you typically wouldn't do. That's what we need to start doing, y'all. The switch within is all in your mind. Managing your emotions is mental. It's mental. Yes, I've been guilty of channeling that energy into the wrong direction, but I thank God for being able to learn how to teach folk and also talk to myself along the way to say, let's turn that anger, that being upset, into fuel. Let's turn it into some gas that's going to drive this billion-dollar boat that we pushing. Y'all follow me? So let's take it all the way back to week 1. Thank God this is my 4th week. I made it a month, y'all. I didn't quit. And I'm very, very happy for everyone who's subscribed, everyone who's tuned in, gave us positive words along the way. I really, really, really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Week 1, what is the switch? We learned this in your mind. We learned this in your mind. Week 2, the comfort zone. We learned that being comfortable is in our mind. And then last week, the exit strategy. The exit strategy is something that, believe it or not, you have to program your mind that, okay, I'm still here at work. Boy, but they don't know I got a plan in place. I got a plan in place that some guy named Eric Johnson, some funny looking guy on the internet told me, put it on paper, get a plan, execute it. It's in your mind. Being upset, being angry rather, is mental. It's mental, y'all. I want you guys to learn how to channel that energy or that emotion that people have said was negative for years. I want you to take it and let's turn it into something positive. We're going to take that being upset, that angry, I can't believe they did me like this. I can't believe they didn't allow me to get that promotion. I can't believe my son talked to me that way. I can't believe whatever. We're going to use that energy as fuel to push us right on to our dreams. Let me read something to you. A growing cadre of social and evolutionary biologists, psychologists, and brain scientists beg to differ. With newly detailed neural maps of brain systems that underlie feelings and energize us to act on our goals, they have seriously dented the long-held view of anger as an all-time destructive and negative state worthy mostly of suppression. Remember, we talked about keeping it in? But more to the point, they've uncovered its upside and proposed a psychological model of anger framed as a positive, a force of nature that has likely fueled the ambitious and creativity of the famous and the infamous. Got Kiwi up in here. Hey, baby. Cuz, what's up, Jalen? Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Shout out to everybody who's joined in. I see my cousin Eric. Eric, I was talking about you earlier. Always keep hope foundation. Okay, why did I read that? Bubba, what's up? I read it because the people that are smart are saying the same thing that I'm saying. Basically, let me read this one more time. More to the point, they've uncovered its upside. We're talking about anger, getting mad, getting ticked off. They've uncovered the upside and proposed a psychological model of anger framed as a positive, a force of nature that has likely fueled the ambitions and creativity of the famous and the infamous. Chris Keith, what's up, baby? I see you in here. I got a special treat for y'all later on. I'm gonna bring up brother Chris Keith. It's a brother that I've been watching for several years now, all the way back to Bishop Omar. Used to see a brother with him. That brother was Chris Keith. So he's gonna be coming up here shortly, y'all, to talk about anger and to talk about pain and to talk about how he's used it as fuel in his life because he is doing some amazing things. Chris, stay tuned. So let's recap. It's mental. Everybody has it. Everybody has anger. Everybody gets upset. Everybody, even a baby, when they first come out, they crying. You follow me? Upset. Want what? Mama. Uh, when you're doing a business venture, everything never goes how you planned it. And some people along the way will upset you. Some systems along the way will upset you. But I'm here to tell you tonight, y'all, we're going to take our anger and we're going to take our pain in life and use it as fuel to get us to the next level, fuel to take us to our dreams. Because, like I said last week, y'all, a lot of folk have stopped dreaming. Whoa. They don't dream anymore. Something along the way of life, this thing we call life, stole their dream. I don't know what they might have wanted to be in life, but I'm going to say this every week until I stop doing a live. You don't want to be the person that's dead in your casket with all your dreams still on the inside. You never did what you planned on doing. You never did what you really wanted to do. You know, it's a difference in being alive and living. It's a big difference in that, y'all. So I want to be the person that tells you you can do it. You can pursue your dreams, whatever they may be. Nothing is too big for you. Nothing's too big. Nothing's too crazy, which kind of leads me into next week. I'm going to be talking about all of a sudden. It was crazy how it happened. You know, nothing's too crazy for your vision. Whatever you see yourself doing, speaking another language, opening a business, going back to school, spending more time with your kids. Some people have some goals, y'all, that you may look at as that ain't really, I do that. Yeah, you do it. But we're trying to talk to somebody tonight, y'all. I'm trying to talk to somebody out there in this social media world on this live that they just have a small goal of spending more time with their kids. Oh, Eric, they don't have to do all this. They don't have to read any book. You just never know. Some people are extremely busy. Some people are working 2 and 3 jobs. You might can relate. Some people are not you. Some people are not in a position to be able to spend that quality time. Maybe that's their dream. I'm just here to tell you, let's do it. Let's just start dreaming. Let's just start doing what we say we're going to do. If we put it on paper, and it could be a 1-year goal, 5-year, 10-year goal, I just want you to write it down because it's something that happens in the universe. When you put it on paper, something happens and it starts moving you. Okay, let's get back. Anger and pain is fuel. Another psychologist said we need anger and there are negative consequences for those without it. It feels rewarding because sometimes it moves us toward our goals. That's what I'm trying to say tonight. Sometimes you can get so upset, you can get so hurt. We're going to talk about pain here in just a second. You can get so upset and you can be so hurt that nothing in this world can stop you from doing what you're trying to do. Nothing. Nothing. What I'm trying to teach you is let's capture that energy that's considered negative You follow me? And let's turn that thing into something positive. Let's talk about pain real quick. And then I'm going to bring up my special guest. It'll actually be my first guest, Chris Keith. Eric Thomas said, I use my pain to push me to greatness. Growth is painful. Wow. Growth is painful. When you're growing, remember the 4 zones. If you don't remember, let me bring you up to speed. Number 1, comfort zone. Right outside the comfort zone, fear zone. Right outside the fear zone, learning zone. And right outside the learning zone, growth zone. During my research this week, I came across this particular text that says, simple, growth is painful. When you're growing, when you're trying to be something that you've never been, when you're trying to do something that you've never done, it's going to hurt, y'all. It's going to hurt. It's almost parallel to childbirth. Almost parallel to childbirth. Childbirth is something that lasts for 9 months. And me being a man, I don't know what happens, but I've been there when my kids was born, and I know that my wife was in some excruciating pain. Pain. Anger and pain is fuel. That's what we're talking about tonight. If you just logged on, that's what we're talking about. Anger and pain is fuel. If you're trying to do something you never did, pause. It's going to hurt. If you're trying to be somewhere you've never been, you're going to get upset along the way. I just want to micromanage your expectations into, I mean, I'm saying, let's walk on water. Let's do something we never did. Let's get out in the deep. But I want you to be prepared as your coach. Let's just look at me like a coach that I'm saying, hey, man, it's going to hurt. Hey, baby girl, you going to cry. You going to get upset. Because let me tell y'all something. Everybody that said they would probably won't. And the people that you thought never would probably will. Let me say that one more time for all y'all in the back. It's Sunday, y'all. I got my garb on, my African garb. I'm feeling myself. It's I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's something that I can't even relate to you. When you are in the fight of your life, things are going to happen. You have to micromanage your expectations. That's all I'm here to do. I'm just here to say, hey, I'm human. I'm hurting. I'm crying. I'm laughing. I'm mad. I'm everything, just like you. But I want you to use those negatives as positives. Oh, Eric, how can you say that? How can you admonish us on this live to say, use me being ticked off at the city as fuel? I learned something, y'all, a long time ago, and I'm going to share it with you. It says, you can only control what you can control. That have really helped me along the way in my personal life, in my professional life. I can only control whatever I can control. Getting upset, throwing somebody the finger, talking crazy, getting my blood pressure up, it ain't going to change it. And so that's the wisdom I want to impart to you tonight. As you're moving along this journey, trying to do something great, you wouldn't be tuned in if you wasn't trying to do nothing great. I already figured that part out. So if you're here, I'm just here to tell you there's some things along the way called anger, getting upset, and pain that'll cripple you. I'm talking about like when mama died, pain. I'm talking about childbirth, pain. I'm talking about hurt. Everybody that you think will probably won't. One more time. And everybody you probably thought won't probably will. Let's just get real personal. On the way to your dreams and your destiny and your goals, your family probably won't support you the way that you expect everybody to. Hold on, Eric. Oh, man. Hold on. Your family probably won't support you the way that you think they will. Straight up. And you know what, y'all? Let me tell you this too. Somebody who you don't even know, a total stranger, will help you more than your own folks. I'm just keeping it real. How can I coach you if I don't tell you the truth? If you're trying to have big things, if you're trying to walk in deep water, if you're trying to do something you ain't never done, to have something you've never had, be prepared. It's going to be some pain. It's going to be some frustration. It's going to be some anger. When you're tall, you know, I'm tall, 6'3". But I remember a time when I was a child, at night, my legs would hurt. My legs, man, I'm talking about hurt. If my son Carl is on here, he can probably attest to that. Carl, what up, baby? I see you in here, Anti Blanco. When he was getting taller, legs would hurt. But let's go back. Growth is painful. Being something that you've never been. I'm here tonight to tell you to do what you want to do. I don't care how crazy it sounds. You want to open a school? Do it. Do it. Do it. My wife said the good thing is the pain doesn't last forever, and there's always rewards after. My daddy say, boy, if you don't never have no storms, then you can't appreciate the sunshine. Him and my mama, we was just talking about that the other day, y'all. And my wife is right. It's not going to hurt always. One day you're going to give birth. You're going to give birth to your dream. Just like women give birth to children. Greg Thomas said, do it. It's going to come a time in your life, if you really want to do it big, and I'm saying big, doing it big is living your dreams to me, whatever that may be. Whatever that may be, that's doing it big to me, because I know a lot of people that have a lot of dreams, but they're not doing it. And it hurts me to where I feel like I need to have a live and talk about my book. What is your book about, E? It's just about doing it, turning it on. Things gonna happen along the way, and it's gonna hurt. You're gonna get ticked off. You're gonna get upset. You're gonna get mad. You're gonna cut some folk off too along the way. But you know what I realize, y'all? It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna bring up, like I said, a friend of mine. His brother's a builder. He's a developer. But what I like most about our next guest is that he's for the community. And I seen him in action a long time ago before we met. P. Diddy, I see you, baby. He is truly for the community. And I'm not just saying that. I mean it. I watched him. I saw him with Bishop Omar, God rest his soul. And the brother was downtown on some political stuff. He was crosstown on some business stuff. But where I saw him was in the community, helping, making sure folks that just got out of trouble, you know, got a car, got an apartment, got, you know, a couple dollars, a job. That's where I saw this brother. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome Brother Chris Keith. Chris, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, Brother Ed?
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to come on. Chris, like I said, I've been seeing you for years when you didn't know I was watching. And
Right.
I saw you doing a lot of political things here in the city. I saw you do a lot of business in the city, but more so, I saw you in the community making a difference in the lives of our people, you know, black and brown folk. Tonight, we're talking about anger and pain is fuel, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Like the fuel we need for them big old jumbo jets. You know, it's hard to get them off the ground, but once they get in the sky, it's a beautiful thing. I just want you to share a little bit about, let's just get straight into it, who you are, and give me something recent that you've gone through where you had to use your anger or pain or both as fuel.
All right, all right. Hey, first of all, brother Johnson and everybody listening, I want to say thank you very much for inviting me out. And just like you say, you've been seeing me. I've been watching you for a while, and like I told you a long time ago, I was like, man, but I've been asking you questions. You ain't know, and you say, hey, man, just anything you need to just ask me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
right.
you inspired me to take a chance to say, let me build something. Yeah, if he can do it, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? And and that's real talk, you know. And you was one of the first people I seen building and stuff that wasn't it wasn't far fetched to me. It wasn't like, oh man, it's like an NBA player or something, but it wasn't far fetched. Like I can't get to that goal, but you was every day for the people. So I said, man, you know. So I reached out to that, man, and I've been in Dallas since 2007. My hometown, Bryan, Texas. Moved to California when I was young and got divorced, came to Dallas. So I've been in here real active in the community. I just love black people, you know. And then I was figured if we can do if other people can do it, we can do it. And I just never understood why people within Dallas couldn't see what the pressures and the jewels and the great resources and stuff that's here, and especially about when it comes together. So it was like you were saying, people didn't have no dream no more, and it just kind of blew me away because people don't dream. I was like, oh man, what you mean? Like every time you talk to people, they have a issue to where it's always someone to say they can't do something. So that's what inspired me to get involved, just in everything. But I was listening to what you were saying, Brother Johnson, and you said give you something recently, and it's true stuff. But I'll tell you, everything I do is about my life is true.
Hold on just a second, Chris. One of the brothers said that they can't see you. When you join the live, you can choose to either show video or just the audio. So Black Man Rising, Lorenzo Gray, much love to you out there. This brother here is actually at the airport taking care of some business, but he still wanted to keep his commitment.
Right.
But you know, you can do video, but at this particular moment, Chris is on the go. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true, and I apologize about that. But I know I got people in the background and stuff. I'm waiting to pick my kids up from the airport, so that's why I'm here. But I just really got involved in what you're saying. But I was listening to what you're saying, brother, and you just hit me on some real stuff when you were saying growth is pain. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of made me instantly register where I'm at in my life right now. You know what I'm saying? Growth is pain, you know.
Wow.
And me and my I separated, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one of the main reasons of separation is, in my opinion right now, I need headspace to be able to be in a synergy to where I can continue building something I think that's better for our family, which, you know, I'm building houses, right? And God bless me to be in a situation where I can have a lot of bills going on and some great opportunities. But my lady, she didn't understand it because I ain't never did it before. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everything around there is like is I ain't gonna say negative, but I'm gonna say it's unsupportive to where they don't understand what I'm doing.
And when you say they, you're talking about your significant other?
Yeah, my mama. You know what I mean? He's close, like you said, your close folks. They to them that's far fetched. You feel me? They ain't never seen it. They like, what you doing? Spend all your time and money and stuff. You ain't, you know. But they don't really have that vision. You know what I'm saying? So I say, hey man, I'm gonna go get in my own apartment. You know what I'm saying? And it's just true life story. So I got my own apartment, for the last 2 months now because I need the mental space, brother. Within that 2 months, everything has been flourishing. Like, oh man, it getting done. I got the 11 properties. I got the mixed use development coming up, and then some benefits are starting to reap off of it. So I kick back to the moms, make sure that the old ladies, if, you got a little dollars, you get make sure everybody cool or something like that. So now people are starting to see it. You know what I'm saying? But when you said growth is pain, that hit because for me to grow, I have to detach from people I love to stay afloat and believe what I believe in, and then have to go back and get them if they still want to come aboard. Because I can't not do. I don't want to be the guy that's in the cast and say shoulda, woulda, coulda, and I know what God put in my heart to do, and that means for me, like seeing my son every day, like I used to, seeing my lady, but now it's starting to come back around. So it's just one of those type of deals. They hit home when you said growth is pain.
So
And
let me
but
go. Let me go back. How long have you been aspiring to be a builder?
man, not
Home
long,
builder, y'all. We're talking about building houses.
not long at all. Maybe a year.
Maybe a year. Okay, so when I heard you talk earlier,
Mm,
you said that you just got started.
yeah, about a
But
year.
I also heard you say I got 11 properties. Hold on, pause. Okay, hold on, pause. So you just got started about a year ago,
Yeah,
and God have already
November
given
made a
you
year.
11 properties, and you have some mixed use development properties that you're working on as well. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
I just want to be clear.
Yes, sir. That's what I
Let me
said.
say something right here, Chris, and I don't mean to cut you off, but this is my whole point, y'all. Sometimes in life, if you just take the first step, you'd be surprised what happens when there's a word out there called favor is applied, where you're getting approved for stuff that you're not even qualified for, that you're walking through doors that you're not even qualified for. Chris, would you agree that's something that's been happening to you?
Hey, brother Johnson.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with that. Was said. I be having stuff, and I had to call you and ask you for questions about stuff I don't know that I already got.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. And I asked you about financial stuff. I asked you about building stuff because God had blessed me with stuff that I didn't even know what I had. And hey, Chris here, boom. I called the other day, man, where you at? You say, Chris, I told you to Oak Cliff. I said, I need to come pull up on your property and see where you at, right? Because I had to see for my own eyes because you're already in that phase where, like, I'm clearing the land. You already got that. You don't frame it.
Yes,
So
sir.
it just made me say to myself, God definitely gives favor to people who willing to. I don't say I believe nothing no more, Doc.
Right.
I don't have hope no more. I don't say I have faith no more. You know what I'm saying? I say I know now. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I do is I know. Because I know where God took me from. I know that I can imagine what this even about. And I couldn't even visualize and see this, but now I know that it's real because I'm living it. So I don't have to believe it no more. I don't have to hope for it no more. I don't have to pray on it no more. I pray one time and done, and I just know that God give it. And then I know that God gonna bless it because I meet people like you who I'm in a field that's, I'm barely new. And God bless the lanes to be able to do some things in amongst my way. It's a lot of vultures and stuff right here who will take your resources and try to use them, you know what I'm saying, and not really return the flavor. So when you got good people like yourself, and I can say, Brother E, come down to the city and check this out. This a play. I might not know about what's going on with it, but hey, you can tap in with me on this. I trust your guidance on that. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely appreciate
So
that. And I actually remember us, having a builders roundtable. And that was a very powerful meeting because typically you don't get a lot of builders in the same room, and you sure ain't gonna get them in the same room with the city officials. And I just appreciate you. I want to publicly thank you, for putting those roundtables together. So I just want to be real with the people, Chris. I don't think you gave me everything. I don't think you gave me everything. tonight, Chris, we're talking about anger and pain
Mm-hmm.
is fuel. I want to
Yeah.
know what have happened in the last year since you've been doing this that tested your faith, that tested your belief. Where tell me about the day that you almost wanted to quit doing this.
Well, I never wanted to quit. I'm gonna tell you about the day I got fired, and and
You
you know
talking
what I'm
about from
saying?
corporate America?
Corporate America,
Okay,
and truth
okay.
is, I was in the, it was last Christmas. I mean, right before Christmas, you know, when Corona hit hard. So I was there before, and my son, little friend, little Caucasian kid, he ended up dying, man, and it was over. They say a highly respiratory situation, but it was actually COVID. Prior
Wow,
to people calling it COVID, you know what I mean?
wow.
His basketball coach had went to China, and they was over there. They came back, and the dude, mom, the basketball coach, mom died, and my little friend died, and my son and them was all kind of, you know. So that,
Bishop
but
Omar died of COVID as well. I didn't mean
yeah,
to cut you off.
exactly underlying conditions. So what happened was when they you know, I was 5 years of Verizon doing IT tech, and they fired me, and I didn't have no way to make it, and I was just kind of bummed out already. So I was really just kind of lost, and I was just kind of lost and stuck, and really I was depressed because I was like, damn, how I'm gonna
Wow.
eat in Dallas? I don't got family here. I don't got, you know, I got friends, but how I'm gonna eat? How I'm gonna make it happen? And man, I just said a prayer, and I was talking to one of the dads at the basketball coach. I was sitting in the basketball court, and he's like, "Man, what's wrong with you?" My head down, like I'm really just, I don't know. I'm thinking about moving back to California.
Okay.
That was the
Okay.
last phase I
Okay.
was on. Like,
Yeah.
damn,
Now,
I gotta
now,
move back.
now we talking, Chris. Now we
Yeah,
talking.
yeah. So I'm on that last phase, like. Man, I called my mama back at home and hey, my mama had to come on home. She, well, baby, you know, you gave it your shot and all that, but then that's a disappointment for myself because I didn't make it in the city. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Wow.
I didn't make it. So, you know, that's the failure part of me beating myself up and thinking. Then my friend was like, man, we need to get into building houses. I was like, bro, I got some, like, I don't know, I don't have a clue, but I got some information about some houses, some land. He was
Right.
like, what you got? And so at the time, I had already got all the stuff from the city and some people within the city and some different leads on these city properties. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And once I showed him what it was like, I ain't gonna use the N word, but he said, boy, he said, do you know what you got? But
Right.
no
Right.
lack of knowledge and lack of knowledge. I said, man, he just say, bro, you can get those properties. It's like, yeah, you know, I got access to this, but I don't know nothing about building no nothing. You know? He was like, man, you walk around $2 or $3 million in your pocket right now, don't even know it. I said, how long? He
For
said, how long you
sure.
been had this? I
Right.
said, I've been
Right.
had these properties about 6 months, but I ain't never know what to do with it. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So he showed me. He said, man, come by my house. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up, uh, I mean, at the practice I went by, and he ended up giving me $500 just 'cause I needed help. You know what I'm saying? But more than that, he showed me, saying, hey, bro, this is what these properties do. This is how much they cost, and you can get access to this. He said, I'm gonna show you how to become a builder. He
Come
say,
on
and
now.
I go 50-50 with you on everything. And you don't have to put the money up, just get the properties. I was like, what's your,
Wow.
and I was like, well, that's nothing. So it took me, so I started immediately. Now I'm thinking of survival. I don't have to go back home. Woo, woo, I can make it. Yeah, he gave me
Right.
$500. You know, shit, I had nothing in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So I said, man, it's gonna take a couple months, but let me call around and get it going. So I started calling around, getting the process going. Ended up landing the deal. Got to the city. Um, got to the auction deals. Got the lots, and they gave me the number for the lots, and he paid for
Wait a
them.
minute. Hold
And
on.
that's
Go
how I
back.
got in the game.
Hold on. Go back, Chris. Did you say he paid for him?
Favor ain't fair. He paid for the lots.
Wow.
Each lot, it was what, 12 lots. He paid for all of them. Split everything with me 50-50 for a whole year. I've been in a full process of learning how to build houses. End up networking and end up meeting some guys that put me on some multi-family units, and God's been blessing. But through that time, though, what I'm saying, this whole year process of me saying I'm not going back to work for corporate America no more because I started making dollars. And then my lady and them didn't understand it, and my mama and them didn't understand it. My dad like, well, he know what he doing. I mean, I have to tell him, hey man, I've been out here this long from y'all for 12 years, so so they didn't understand it. So it just brought real tension in the house for us. Me not having a 9 to 5, but still, I'm making it, but then I ain't making it paying. But I believe in myself, and I trust with God, and I know what God's saying. Do this, and I saw just a little bit of light in it, and then it just pumped me to get more and more and more. So every time they would tell me, like, yeah, you can't. My best friend since I was 13 years old, he'll tell you. He said, Chris, this ain't. Well, you cannot build no house. In my face, he told me that.
Hold
It hurt me
on.
so bad. You know what I'm saying?
This your best friend told you that.
Bro, and we still best friends today. To this, all right, yes, okay. You
Hold on,
remember
but
the other day,
he told you what?
boy, you cannot build no house. Don't
You
even, I don't even know
cannot
why you're
build.
wasting your time.
Let me
This is
tell
my
you this,
best
Chris.
friend,
My daddy told me, he said, I told him I was building houses. He said, boy, you don't even know how to build a dog house. So I
see what I'm
know
saying?
that
You know
you're
what I
not
told my
building
friend?
houses.
You know what I told him? His name
Huh.
TJ. You know what I told him? I say, when I start building these houses, I'm gonna make you work for me. You just know that. So the other day when you seen on the Instagram, on the Facebook, when the guy that was pressure washing the house and I was
Uh-huh.
painting and stuff, that's
Yeah.
him. That's him.
Wow.
I paid him
Wow.
80
Okay.
bucks. I paid him $80 to come work for me now. Do his
Mm.
pressure washing. So he called me and said, bro, man, I never underestimate you. I said, underestimate is with God. When God give you something to do, you do that. And with that being
Exactly.
said, that process of a year, Brother Johnson, like I lost a lot of friends. And
Mm.
I ain't saying like I lost them to death, which I did, but more to like time wise, like because my time started getting more consumed with what I'm doing. And then I mean, I lost my lady. She's just like, hey, she ain't get it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I
So
get her.
your
She just
lady, you lost your lady after you lost your job, Christmas of last year?
right now I'm in my own apartment right now. You know
No,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
saying you lost your
Oh
job
no, I
last
lost her
Christmas.
recently with 6 months because of
Would you
my
say
time.
pursuing your dream is why you lost her?
1,000%.
So let me say this, Chris, and I don't mean to cut you out, but I just want to kind of coach along the way to those who are tuned in. When you're growing, y'all, sometimes you have to do what's called pruning. Mm. And that means cutting some folk off. Because if you have let's talk about a plant. If you have a plant and you have a bad limb or branch, the plant naturally is going to spend all of its energy trying to fix the broken limb. But when you cut it off, it promotes growth. Wouldn't you agree, Chris?
Well, ever since I got out of there, the first day I left, things started getting better. I mean, I was feeling wise, I was hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
But a lot
Come
of
on
stuff
now.
started working, happening. So I just had to say, well, damn, so I just really just focus in on what I'm doing. But truthfully, hurt wise, yes, feelings. But as far as me focusing in on what I'm doing, focusing in on my work, even tuning in more with my kids, like you were saying, when you were saying some people just pray to get their kids and have more time. That's me. I'm
Right,
that guy.
right,
I'm that
right.
guy who don't get to see them every day. So that's one of my major deals for 2022 is spend more time with my kids above anything. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm honored to just to know you like a mentor to me. You know what I'm saying? I just be picking up from you and learning. But the thrill that pushed me was knowing that I didn't have nowhere to go. I would have to move, and that I was homeless in Dallas. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And I lost my girl, but I believe into what I believe in, though. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I had to. I'm gonna believe in what I believe in. And, I don't want to be the guy that died and saying that I should have, would have. I don't want to be one of them older brothers who didn't listen to themselves and then be at home with their old lady in the future and be mad at themselves and like I hate that they hate life. They stuck here. I've seen people like that.
How old are you, Chris? One more time.
44.
44 years old.
Yeah.
And have you ever been a builder in your life prior to this year?
Nah.
Chris,
It's
that's
funny.
why I
It's
wanted
funny
to
that you
have you
call
on
me a
the show.
builder. It's
Listen,
funny that
that's
you call me a builder.
who?
It's funny that you call me a builder. Like when you hear me, like I'm laughing because I'm not used to that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let me tell you something. Get used to a lot of new stuff, Chris, because that's the reason I wanted to have you on the show was people need to hear from real people. People need to hear real stories. I don't like anything rehearsed. That's why I didn't send you a list of
Right.
questions
Right.
prior to the show because I wanted it to be what they call organic and raw. But let me just say this, Chris. Another reason that I asked you to come up was because you're always helping people in the community, black and brown people.
Right.
I'm always seeing you dealing with politicians here in the city of Dallas fighting for us. And I just want to salute you on that. You know, like I said, today is Kwanzaa, and day
Mm-hmm.
one is unity. And I just want to show you and I united on this live as two people that, guess what, Chris? 5 years ago, I didn't know how to build. And I would have been feeling weird saying I was a builder. But guess
Mm-hmm.
what? Not only am I a builder, I'm a damn good builder. I build a
Mm-hmm.
quality product and it's nothing that's junk, you know? And so I know that ultimately you're going to do some great things here in the city of Dallas. Let me ask you this. If you could tell somebody watching that's debating stepping out of, you know, I like to say the boat because we're going to walk on water, or let's say stepping out on faith, doing something that they've never done, give them some advice tonight, Chris, that give them some advice about how you dealt with anger and pain.
The first thing of just dealing with it is just being honest with myself.
Wow.
And just self-awareness and saying, Chris Key, you don't know how to do this shit. Excuse me, Doc. It's just
Right.
straight up. You don't know how to do this. So I have to be honest with myself to say, nah, these people are a little more smarter than me in this particular field. So that's the first thing, was real honesty about myself. The second thing was now, but if knowing that if they can do it, I can do it.
Come on now.
Then it turned from being to self-awareness to self-motivation and say, if somebody else can do it, they can do it, and just getting online and just start looking and reading. So I just turned to like extra reading, looking up stuff, watching videos and videos of how to build a house, going into the government policy at the city hall, pulling up the land bank, calling city officials saying, hey man, what's this? What's this private? I mean, I'm just dove into a whole extensive part of this for a full year of like learning processes. Like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Taking the knowledge in the people that people like Miss Betty Cobra. I would call Miss Betty, you know Miss Betty, she's a black historian. She's the first black everything in Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know her. Tell us about her
Betty,
real quick. Give us
oh man,
just a
she's
two-minute
she's the
version.
first sister. She the sister who put first ran JWP them campaign back in the day.
Okay.
Her family was some of the first people off of 75 when they split the highway back in the day in Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
She was the first African American period on the DFW board. She was George W. She was a black Republican. She was George W. Bush's the daddy right hand person back in the day. I mean, she's just a
Okay.
phenomenal person. Man, you gotta when you go, I'll tag you online. You have to see her body at work. But she, matter of fact, that's why I hold my gentrification series with was Miss Betty. But I
Okay.
would call her. She know all about planning. She know about zoning. She know about policies and legislation in the city, ordinances. The old blue book where people get in. A lot of black people come build within the city back in the day. So this type of history, people don't just getting all the information. So I would call her frequently every day and get information. And the thing I would say is just be honest with yourself, then get around people who know who know how to do what you want to do, and just outwork them. Like every
So
day,
number one
outwork
was
them.
be honest with yourself. Number two,
Yeah.
get around some people that are doing what you're trying to do, right?
Exactly.
That's how me and you met. I mean, let's just be real.
Yeah.
I hadn't
Yeah.
known you a long time, but you reached out to me.
Right.
You invited me to a city meeting, a builders roundtable. And let me
Mm-hmm.
say this, Chris. I didn't know what to expect walking into that meeting,
Mm-hmm.
but let's just paint a picture for the audience. When we walked into the meeting, you had a lot of builders in this room, and at the table, you had a lot of city officials, and you also had the director. What's the
Housing.
brother name? I believe he's a Puerto Rican guy.
David Nagarian.
Yeah, David. And I mean, you brought some heavyweighters to the table to help, and I just want to salute you for that, man. That was huge to me.
But you know why we do that?
Yes.
You know, I ran campaigns in the city, political campaigns. With RP Miss Davis, I used to run her campaigns. Working with Miss Raxdale. We won a campaign with Eric Wilson, won Tiffany and campaign. Of course, you know, I do campaigns with Mr. Atkins. He never lost. I do all this stuff. So just being around it and being in the fold of it, what I found out is this: street people like me and everyday coming people, they think it's far fetched from the city. They like, hey man, that ain't, you know, there ain't nobody listening, ain't nobody hearing. But they don't understand the power that we have, because you can have your own community and have your own vote block. People can't get in office if they not voted in. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Straight up.
Absolutely.
So when you got in the 75216 zip code, you building the houses right now. I'm building houses right now, both of us. It's 48,000 people registered in that zip code to vote, right? For city local official. You can win the race with 2,000 votes at the whole 48,000. So you do 48,000 divided by 2. I mean, literally 2,000 votes, you can win a city council election in Southern Dallas. And you know what's crazy about that is Dallas has a $9 billion budget a year. But we
How
black
long have
folks
you been in Dallas, Chris?
Since 2007.
Since 07, so about 14 years.
Yeah.
Dallas has what type of budget annually?
A $9 billion budget.
$9 billion, y'all.
Yeah.
$9 billion.
So you know why they're so excited about you building houses in Southern Dallas, Brother Eric, because you're creating a tax base for the city. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So Northern Dallas pay 85% of the tax base. That's why you don't have a lot. That's why they got all the money coming back up there. We don't have a tax base in Southern Dallas. So the more homes you build, the more of a tax base. They don't want to rent. When they get taxed, they mean they pay school taxes, land taxes, property taxes, electric taxes, water taxes. They all go back to the city. So they want you to be able to have people from there. So what I started doing is, what I recognize is people that we building with, I say, damn, black folks ain't getting no houses. They're only renters. So that's why I came with that program, the Community First Home Buyers Initiative. So all the houses that I'm building is only going to community people first. And I don't care if you want to call it community black. I can't say it's only black people community. I can say community people. But you know I'm looking at black people. You know what I'm saying? But there's white people in the community too. It's blacks and browns and Mexicans. But what I'm saying is the house that I'm building, they going to black folks first. Straight up.
Salute to
you. Know what I'm saying? That. And because we can take people from paying $1,500 in rent already and let them pay $1,000 in rent, a mortgage, but then their house might be $250,000, $275,000, and they might now they can learn how their financial literacy game up and say, well, hey man, we can take out $100,000 in equity on the house and start our own business for our kids and whatever kids. So now they learn how to take money and go with another way and having home ownership. That's just what I'm on, man. And I be seeing you doing it, and you know, for me, it's fun. It's a journey, and I'm learning I'm learning this every day. I don't know none of this stuff, bro. Every day I ask people 1,000 questions to get the next phase. But all this has left me up to 12 houses, 2 mixed use complexes, and some opportunities to build some. So, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I just want to salute you real quick on a obtaining your goals. You know, a year ago, this time you lost your job.
Right.
A few
True
months
that.
back, you lost your significant other, but you crossed the finish line and now you have 11 properties ready to go. You have some mixed use properties. Man, we have got to celebrate those victories along the way, Chris.
You know what,
Doing some
brother?
big things.
You know what, brother? You know what the hardest thing about it all is, and it's like you said, growth is pain. And that's still my hands sweat in this airport. I'm looking talking about this because, man, like they didn't see the vision I'm on, right? And they didn't trust like my lady and some of my friends and my mom. And I'm not mad about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact they didn't see it, and so now when I'm going in a different, I mean, not a different. When I'm elevating to what I want, when I'm manifesting what God put in me, and it's coming to about because my work is going to, when it says lonely at the top, it ain't really lonely at the top. It just who rode to the top with you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Who stayed down and get to the top? You
There
know.
you go.
And so
There you
like
go.
I'm going here and I look back, and I just, and my ladies, we still good. We still good friends. Still good everything. We ain't no nothing. So I
Right.
called her the other day. She likes sports complexes and she into sports and stuff, youth sports. So I call her with these people that want to build a sports complex the other day in Southern Dallas. So I call her and put her on the phone. I know she got an organization, and she was like, "You gonna do what?" So I said, "Nah, this some stuff I know you want from your heart, and I know you love to do this." So I put on the phone with the Caucasian folks and some people who had some land. They really breaking it down. And after the meeting on the phone, she called me. She was like, "Dad, you really just gave me this like that?" I was like, "Yeah." I say, "What you don't understand is I seen your vision. You just didn't see my vision." You
Come
know
on
what I'm
now.
saying? I say, I know you want to be great in this field, so go be great in that field. That's not it will hurt. It will God would take my blessings from me if I don't need that resource because that ain't my lane. But since it's opened up and I gave it, hey, here, this your lane, give it pastor the keys, you know what I'm saying? Then God gonna bless me to keep on going in my lane. But she just couldn't believe it
Wow.
that I actually called her after even she left me. And I said, no, it ain't personal. This is business. Like this can change your whole quality of life and people around you quality of life. To get
Wow.
this thing done, it's a $28 million project. If y'all pull
Hmm.
up $5 million, y'all can make it happen. You can raise $5 million. It ain't far fetched. And so they just blew them away. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
And
that just speaks to who you are, Chris. And it's kind of why, I felt compelled to just ask you to come on because, people want to hear from real people. And one thing I'm learning about business, Chris, is that it's a personal touch type
personally,
sport.
right?
Like if I show you I care, then that just makes the business even sweeter. People say don't mix personal and business, but I take all my business personal.
Man, you know what, big brother? Man, I, when I first started doing stuff, people would say, "Man, you too personal." But I had to
Right.
tell her and say, "Nah, my business is personal because I that's how I live." And matter of fact, that's what I need my brand to be, to show people how serious I'm about what I'm doing. So if it don't fit, then we don't fit. But it's personal to
Absolutely.
me, and yeah, I'm mad about the stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna get mad if you tell me something ain't what it is. We got on something on paper, you don't deliver. I deliver everything I say. Yeah, I'm gonna get mad. It's personal because
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying. So I'm like that, man. But more
Yeah.
so, I look up to people like you and Mr. Rod, man, because y'all
Thank
do this.
thank
And when I can get online, I can just call you and say, hey, brother Just, where you at? Hey, man, I got a couple partners. I don't know how to do this slab or something. That's more than money to me.
Right. Right.
I can
Right.
go get the
Absolutely.
money. You know what I'm saying? I can't
Yeah.
go get the knowledge if I had to pay. I can call somebody. I can go get the money. I gotta have somebody I can get the knowledge, the trustworthy knowledge down. Like you said, you just switching somebody's mind and you helping me, like you said, to switch within. You don't understand how many times I get on morning time and go to your page. After I say my prayer, I go to my kids' page. I go to your page, the first day of business. Oh, okay, E up there. He putting the frames up. all right, man, I need to be trying to do that shit right there. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
He this time
Yeah.
he got his permit papers. Then I gotta call the permit people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff that motivate me because it
Wow.
make it easier for me to believe and dream and know that I can manifest when you got good stewards of good word and can help you click your switch within.
Come
And that's
on.
why I like your topic, man, the switch within, because now you help me switch my switch within on just information. Like little, the stuff you tell me is little to you. You don't even, it's 2 seconds. I call you like, hey Chris, yeah, boom, boom. Hey man, where I need to get that at? Oh, here. I just called you the other day. I need an architect. It took 3 seconds. You gave it to me. Bam, bam, bam.
Right.
But that architect that you gave me just saved me
Wow.
$40,000. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Hey, Chris, you owe me some Rudy's
I
chicken or
I
something.
told you I got no. I'm gonna take you somewhere better than that, man. I ain't gonna
Listen,
give you
man,
no
I'm
salt, man.
gonna have to wrap it up, but I just
That's
wanted to
cool.
thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Y'all, this is Chris Keith, a brand new builder right here in the city of Dallas.
Brand
He's
new
been
building.
big in our community, helping brown and black folk, helping everybody, white folk, whoever, helping them be a better version of them. Chris, I'm gonna have to get you on this year coming up, man. So clear the calendar whenever I let you know. But next year we're gonna have this same show every Sunday at 6:15, and I definitely need to have you on if that's okay.
Man, brother, I appreciate you. It's an honor and a pleasure winning the show to all the listeners, whoever on there, man. Y'all got a real great brother, and he helped me click my switches then. And if you need any other people to come on the show, brother, city people, whoever I can get, wherever I can reach in, whoever needs to help out, bro, it's a real deal. This is one of the best shows, and I've been on some talk shows. This is one of the most significant shows that I have ever been on. Even with Dr. Robert Ashley, this is one of them shows like Dr. Robert
Wow.
Ashley shows.
Wow.
That's
I
really,
definitely
you know
appreciate
what I'm
that,
saying?
man.
That's, I ain't saying that lightly. I'm saying that you've helped me, brother, click my switch within. And I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Y'all give it up for Chris. Chris, I'll be shouting you out later on tonight. Hey, listen, y'all. Anger and pain is fuel. Anger and pain is fuel. Man, Chris blew my mind because I didn't know his backstory. And for anybody that may be joining, we talked about anger and pain as fuel. Fuel for what? Getting to the next level, obtaining your dreams. And it's just good to see brothers like Chris Keith out there actually obtaining his dreams. And one thing I liked about the interview tonight, y'all, was that a lot of folk that was close to Chris, didn't believe. They didn't believe. And Chris didn't say that it hurt him, but I'm almost willing to bet that it did. I'm almost willing to bet that the folk around you, like I said earlier, y'all, kind of went with what I said. The people that you think will probably won't. Let me add something. The people that you think will help you achieve your dreams, your destiny, your goals probably won't. And the people that you think won't, brand new strangers, folk you just met, probably will. You'd be surprised how many strangers will help you along the way of getting towards your destiny. Facebook, I see y'all in here. I just want to shout out a few people. My cousin, Lorenzo Davis. What's up, baby? Lorenzo Gray. Verna Skinner, I see you just popped in. Aisha, we all we got. Paul Chappelle. What's up, Big P? I appreciate you for everything. Paul have been a mentor to me. Just think, I'm mentoring Chris, and Paul Chappelle has mentored me as well. Yeah, this has been a great night for me. Always a blessing to be able to come on and share. Before I get off, I always want to give you the opportunity. Let me drop the link if anybody want to jump in. And you can cut your camera off. You can leave your camera on. If you just want to jump in and say something before we leave, it's Kwanzaa. I am crunk. You feel me? And day one is unity. So definitely appreciate brother Chris Keith one more time for coming on. Great, great, great interview. I just dropped the link, y'all. If you're on Facebook, you have to chime in on YouTube. Go to YouTube, type in The Switch Within, and you'll see the link that I just dropped in the comments. Matter of fact, let me pin it. If you go to your browser, type in StreamYard.com/6ZNKC42U26, then you'll be able to jump on live with me. And I'm gonna give it a few minutes, y'all, to give some people a chance if they like. If not, it's cool. But y'all, come on. We're going into a new year. We're finna do some big things. I can't wait to start having the testimonial part of my show where people start saying what they've done. Rigo, what up, baby? I see you in here. Always got your switch on. Always. And I salute you for that. Again, go to youtube.com or in your browser, type in StreamYard.com / put in those letters and numbers. If you like to talk, you don't have to have your camera on. You can come up. I'd like for you to have your camera on, but if you don't, that's still cool. One more time. Oprah Winfrey said, turn your wounds into wisdom. Eric Thomas said, I use my pain to push me to greatness. I remember, like I told y'all earlier, when I was a 10-year-old boy and Coach Ellis got in my face and he ran me hot. I was crying, but I accomplished my goal. I accomplished my goal, which was to fire off that line and get the job done. I'm going to give everybody a little chance. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, y'all. I will address them. Tonight, like I said, we talked about anger and pain is fuel. On the road to this money, on the road to your dreams, on the road to success, it's going to be some anger. It's going to be some days where you are upset. Turn it into fuel. Turn it into motivation to get you to the next level. I know there's no feeling like the loss of a child, the loss of a parent, the loss of a relationship, the loss of a career. You know, sometimes you can just get older in your career and they'll just let you go. Bring in somebody to make half what you're making now. And that hurt. That hurts. That's upsetting. But we're going to start living our dreams. We're going to start living life on our own terms. If you have some dreams on the inside, y'all, I'm here tonight to tell you, just write them down. Write them on paper. Visualize it. If you can see it, then you can do it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Lorenzo Davis, my cousin, said it's the best show yet, cousin. Hey, thank you so much. Brother Chris turned it out for you. Definitely bring him and the city officials on board because they have a lot of power and motivation to help us move forward in many businesses. That's true. That's so true. You know, hopefully next year we can get some of those city officials on the calendar to be on the show. But I want to bring people on the show that's not cookie cutter, if that's the right word, or too political. I want you to be real. I want you to come on here, even if you are a city official, and just hit everybody right here, right in between the eyes with the unadulterated truth. We're going into 2022, y'all. Next Sunday, I'm going to be live. I'm going to be live until I can't go live no more. Every Sunday at 6:15, we're going live. But next week, y'all, next week, I'm going to go and give it away. It's called All of a Sudden. It was crazy how it happened. That's a long title, huh? All of a sudden, it was crazy how it happened. Okay, y'all, nobody sent any questions. Nobody's backstage. I just want to leave you with this. If you think it, that's one thing. When you write it down, that's something other. That's something else. But when you do it, that's what we on, y'all. Thank you so much. My name is Arthur Eric Johnson, and I definitely appreciate everybody for chiming in. Until next week, be blessed. Enjoy your blessings.